with all of the anything that will move Wyoming forward.
More results from primary night next.
I had a few beers, like I always do. I felt fine. I had no idea I'd be over the legal limit.
I saw the cop behind me, and instantly I knew my life was going to change forever.
I was drunk. I shouldn't have been driving, and I got caught. I'll be paying for that choice the rest of my life.
Don't make the same mistake I did. It's not worth it.
Driving impaired is a choice. Don't go down that road. Brought to you by the Governor's Council on Impaired Driving.
Looking for adventure? Here are some upcoming events from around the Cowboy State. There's lots of live music to be enjoyed this weekend with Friday nights on the Plaza in Cheyenne, Dan Miller's Cowboy Review, concerts in the park, and the Triple C Cowboys Band all in Cody, and the Rocking the Winds Patriotic Benefit in Crowheart, plus rodeo action in Sheridan, Cody, and Du Bois. Enjoy all Wyoming has to offer. For more information on these and other upcoming events, visit travelwyoming.com/events. In the race for the U.S. Senate seat being held by incumbent John Barrasso, he beat back a challenge from Dave Dodson of Jackson. He moves on and will face Gary Trauner in the general election. In the race for Wyoming's lone U.S. House seat, incumbent Liz Cheney, seeking her first re-election bid, won 68% of the vote. Cheney will meet Democrat Greg Hunter in the general election. Christy Racine's winning the Republican race for state auditor, and Kirk Meyer advancing to the general election for state treasurer, and will fill the office that's being left open since Mark Gordon is running for governor as long as nobody mounts a successful write-in campaign. I'm Reese Monaco. This is the Cowboys State News Network.
It's back to school season, and Jim Casey and Tim Geronidis, you're helping local families get the vehicles they need. Now with big savings at Halliday Buick GMC in Cheyenne.
We know this can be a busy time of year, and we're stepping up with bigger savings to help you get the vehicle you need today.
Experience the new Buick and take up to $4,000 off MSRP on a new all-wheel drive 2018 Buick Envision. New all-wheel drive 2018 Buick Encores start at only $22,300. Or buy a new all-wheel drive 2018 GMC Acadia for under $33,500. GMC, we are professional grade.
Every vehicle we sell is backed by our transparent Halliday common sense pricing to give you complete peace of mind.
And if your vehicle was recently damaged by hail, you don't need to wait to trade in or trade up. At Halliday Buick GMC, we can help you do it today.
Experience the Halliday difference, the beginning of hassle-free driving.
Upgrade for less today at Halliday Buick GMC, Westland Road, Motor City, Cheyenne, and HallidayBuickGMC.com.
Capital City weather.
Our Cheyenne area forecast is calling for today and Thursday to see variable clouds, thunderstorms, hazy and smoky at times. Friday on through Wednesday, sunny days, fair nights, slight chance of afternoon and nighttime thunderstorms Sunday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and continued smoke and haze. Cheyenne today, 72, low tonight 52, high around 80 Thursday, 81 on Friday, 83 Saturday, and 83 on Sunday.
Drive over the hill and save on your bill at Town & Country Supermarket Liquors, 516 South Greeley Highway, with the area's largest selection of wines, liqueurs, and beers. Check out this week's specials. Ezra Brooks Bourbon Whiskey 1.75-liter bottle is $15.89, and Keystone Light or Ice, a 30-pack of 12-ounce cans, $16.99. Town & Country Supermarket Liquors. See the ad every Friday in Trader's Shopper's Guide.
When you're a part of a team, you inspire others. You inspire your teammates to go the extra mile, and you bring communities together. At Cheyenne Regional Medical Center, we believe healthcare should be like that too. We want to inspire each other and our community members to go the extra mile with their health. Healthcare is a team effort, and we work together to give you the best care possible. Visit our website at CheyenneRegional.org to learn about our services and providers. Cheyenne Regional Medical Center. We inspire great health.
It's big, and it's happening now. The Honda Summer Spectacular event at Terrell Honda in Cheyenne. And now's the time to get special clearance pricing on over 150 available new Hondas. Accords, Civics, Pilots, CRVs, HRVs, Odysseys, just the new Honda you've been looking for. All clearance price to save you thousands. New 2018 Honda Civics, only $193 a month. New 2018 Accords, just $198 a month. Seeking SUV, the new 2018 Honda HRV HRV or CRV, your choice just $211 a month. And for a limited time, every new Terrell Honda will be sold at $1,000 below invoice. $1,000 below invoice. Don't miss the Honda Summer Spectacular event going on now at Terrell Honda in Cheyenne on Westland Road, just north of High Prices, or online at TerrellHonda.com. That's TYRRELL Honda.com. 36 monthlies, 10% plus first payment due at lease signing with approved credit plus tax, title, and dealer fees. Offers may not be combined. See dealer for details.
Give those people a real show.
Hello, sports fans and fannies. It's time for
The Sports Zone. The Sports Zone. The Sports Zone.
The Sports Zone is like an epic drama that spans decades and generations, beginning with the older generation, Dave Montgomery.
That is a voice and sound of our times, a member of the so-called Beat generation dramatically expressing a negative attitude toward the 20th century.
He's described for the paper and world-renowned in his mind, but reality does set in from time to time.
Time for empty talk is over. Now arrives
Keith Kelly and
The Sports Zone. The Sports Zone. The Sports Zone. The Sports Zone. The Sports Zone.
Great afternoon and welcome to the Sports Zone right here on KFBC. Keith Kelly hanging in studio with you alongside the full Monty, David H. Montgomery, and Jeremiah Jonke. Welcome to the program. We got a big show lined up for you today. We'll take you up to Colorado Rockies baseball. The Rockies on the road, back in action at home against San Diego. And I'm firmly believing that the reason the Rockies got beat last night. Where were you at last night, Monty?
I was on assignment.
Where were you at?
On assignment. Secret.
You were at the Rockies game, correct?
Yeah, I was at the Rockies game.
And what happened?
They lost.
I am saying that's why they lost.
Because last time he was there, they won in dramatic fashion.
Yeah, but they didn't play very good.
You're so holy crap.
No, it was where you were sitting. You weren't sitting where you normally sit. Last night you were sitting where you normally sit when you go to the games. But in the Cowboy night, the Wyoming night at the game,
yeah,
you were not.
No, I wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways,
so it's my fault.
It is your fault directly.
That in the bottom of the eighth, they had runners on first and second, one out. They walked Arenado, and they couldn't get a hit or a sac fly to get the run home to tie it up. That was my fault.
Yes.
The Trevor Story.
Are you going to own that?
Trevor Story came up, instead of trying to get a hit or a sac fly, he tried to win the game all by himself, swinging out of his heels.
You're going to own that, right?
Yeah.
You will own that. All right, we've got a big show lined up for you today. Coming up here in just a few seconds, we will talk to first-year head coach out at Central High School. Had a nice article in the Wyoming Tribune-Eagle today about the Central offensive line. But Mike Apodaca will join us on the show coming up in here just a bit. Also on the program, a conversation with Wyoming head football coach Craig Bohl that was,
tense?
It wasn't tense.
Hurts?
At the end, he felt like I was trying to trap him into something that I wasn't. I was just talking about, and you'll hear it, but I was talking about, some of the off-the-field stuff that has gone on around college football nationally. Not in his own program, nationally. Because I think the Cash Malawi thing was, I don't really...
Yeah, that's...
It's water in the bridge.
Yeah, that's
I don't know if he thought I was talking about that or not, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
And after that portion of the interview, he didn't want to answer a lot of questions I had to it. But I was like, come on.
I should have been here.
But it was a legit question. I asked him what he felt, how responsible, obviously, he is for running, overseeing the entire program. That's what I was trying to get at. He said, I feel like you're trying to trap me. And I go, no, not at all. I'm just wondering, with the things that have gone.
Because he was just voted as one of the best.
Well, that's fine. I agree.
Best run programs in America.
I agree, but I felt like it was
should have been complimenting him, talking about how great he is.
So Craig Bohl will join us on the program. 8 minutes of it is really good. Really good.
Yeah.
A minute 45. It wasn't very good.
So you pissed the old man off, huh?
I did.
Good job.
I did. And then Austin Conway will be on the program. here shortly as well, next hour. 634-1240, the phone number you can call, 307-634-1240. You can text us on the KFBC text line at 630-2266, 307-630-2266. I'm on Twitter at KFBC Sports Zone. Jeremiah's at JJonkey, and you can email us sports@kfbcradio.com. Again, we were waiting the arrival of our first guest, Mike Apodaca, the head coach of Central football. So that's coming up here in just a bit. Should mention, if you ever wanted to watch us in person, well, you're getting not a big view of Monty right now, but if you ever wanted to watch us in person, you can do that now. You can go to our YouTube page, the KFBC Sports YouTube page. There's a link on both my Twitter account and our Facebook page to it. And you can click on it, and there we are.
Nothing more thrilling than watching radio on your screen.
Yeah.
I'm testing it out because the way this did work, we are going to live stream our local high school events. So Friday night, we will have East Gillette on the YouTube channel and on Periscope, which is Twitter.
From the Razor City.
Yeah. So just something new. I thought we'd try. I've been dilly-dallying with it for some time, and wanted to get it done. And lo and behold, it works, and we're ready to go. We are on. It's thrilling. We're getting just looking at the view right now.
Yeah.
There's quite a delay in that.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a delay. Yeah. Again, we have 2 Chick-fil-A breakfast cards that we will be giving away today. We also have a large unlimited topping pizza from Topper's Pizza that we are giving away today for Chase winners and Tex of the day. So we have Rockies for you today. I mean, what are we? Today's Wednesday.
Yeah.
So we're 3 days away from the season opener.
Yeah.
3 days away from Wyoming.
I was going to mention that.
Oh, Coach's show tonight.
Coach's show. We will start with the Rockies, then we'll go to the Craig Bull Coach's show, unless he's so mad that he doesn't do it, and then we'll go back to the Rockies game tonight.
Yeah, it's kind of a tough one because you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know what to do. We want to make sure we get everything, but it just kind of defeats the purpose to not have everything going.
It does.
So it does.
I did check today, and the Bengals-Bills football game, the preseason game, the third game that Josh Allen will start, is at 2 o'clock on Fox on Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Fox TV has the game
the big boy.
Sunday. Yeah.
That's cool.
I was kind of surprised because there's a lot of those games aren't being carried by anything but the NFL Network, but at least that's when I went to the NFL schedule today. The pregame schedule lists kickoff at 2 o'clock from New Era Stadium in Buffalo, and it says Fox is carrying it. Not Fox Northeast or Fox Southwest or Fox Canadian provinces only. It says just Fox. So
that's cool. Well, yeah, we'll get to see, and that's another thing too. I was asking, I asked Craig Bull a little bit about, have you had a chance to see? And toward the end of the interview, after my questionable question,
you made him mad.
I didn't make him mad. I didn't think that was that big of a
Sounds
bad
to me like you did.
It seems
you guys listen for yourselves.
It's topical.
It is, and so I asked him about Josh Allen, hoping to get a similar response to what you got, Monty.
Yeah.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Well, I've got a better end. I don't make them mad. I can ask those probing, deep questions without getting under their skin.
I guess so.
It's all in technique.
It's all in something. All right, we are just getting started here, folks. Doesn't look like we're going to get Central Head football coach Mike Apodaca on, but I do have a backup.
Yeah.
East Head football coach Chad Goff will be joining us on the program here in just a few minutes.
Can we tell him he's Plan B?
Tell him the lounge act.
Well, he says I'm the B team anyway, so it's kind of a running joke, and I accept it. So we will talk to East Head football coach Chad Goff coming up after the break. This is the Sports Zone. Keith, Dave, JJ, we are back. Are you doing the tomahawk chop?
No, I'm trying to figure out how long the delay is.
About 30 seconds.
Really?
Yeah. All right, we're back.
So I can say something really offensive and people won't hear it for 30 seconds.
How do you want to live? As a decent person? Not a bad guy? A good friend? Is that it? Good? Of course not. King of the hill? Better. Top of your game? Win. All-powerful, like a boss, like a standard bearer, like a pro, like the GMC Sierra, built on a foundation of professional-grade engineering to deliver confidence and refinement. We are professional-grade GMC. Step up to GMC with 14% below MSRP on a 2018 GMC Sierra 1500 4x4 with Denali Ultimate Package when you finance through GM Financial. That's over $10,600 total value on this Sierra. Visit Holiday Motors, Motor City, Cheyenne today. Based on MSRP of $65,030. Includes price reduction of $4,002 and $6,602 purchase allowance. Must finance through GM Financial. Some customers will not qualify. Not available with some other offers. Take retail delivery by 8/31/18. See participating dealer for details.
Gonna miss the 42nd annual Longs Peak Scottish Irish Highland Festival in beautiful Estes Park, Colorado, September the 6th through the 9th. Enjoy Tattoo Estes nightly or take a Celtic concert with performers like Seamus Kennedy, Brother Angus, Fun Tempest, Almabach. Gonna miss the international jousting competition at the fairgrounds as well as athletics of the British Isles, Highland and Irish dance, the bagpipe competition, ducks of the British Isles, the strongman competition, and whiskey tasting. See if a clan's part of your family history. You can buy a kilt. And new this year, come out and try the Ninja Warrior course. Saturday morning, come to the parade and see the clans in all their grandeur as they play the pipes and bring their ducks along. For tickets and more information, call 1-800-90-ESTES or go to www.scotfest.com. The Longs Peak Scottish Irish Highland Festival. See you there now.
This is Tiki Barber with the CBS Sports Minute, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Keep your car on the road with quality parts and Napa know-how. Teddy Bridgewater has to be the most speculated about non-starting quarterback in the National Football League these days. Ever since the New York Jets drafted Sam Darnold with the 3rd pick in this year's draft, virtually assuring that Teddy's long-term future was not in New York, everyone's been wondering what's next for the former Louisville star. Obviously, he could just end up being the backup in New York and hold a clipboard for a decade, but that would be unsatisfying to us. You see, Bridgewater has a rare quality amongst athletes, that is, an organic likability. You're drawn to root for him. There are great options for him, too. Denver, Jacksonville, or even the Pats for post-Brady considerations, as trade has been the option du jour. Who knows what the Jets will ultimately decide to do? But here's rooting for one of the good guys on Tiki Barber.
Napa know-how. If your motor oil pour is more of a motor oil spill, you need a 5-quart Easy Pour jug of Valvoline Full Synthetic for just $26.99. Because even if you can hide that mess under the hood, you can't hide from the stench of burning oil. So grab Easy Pour Valvoline for just $26.99.
At McDonald's. In fact, it's so big, we think it's worthy of a beat drop. The 2 for $5 mix and match deal at McDonald's, featuring an all-time greatest hits lineup. The Big Mac, filet of fish, 10-piece chicken McNuggets, and the classic chicken sandwich. Choose any 2 favorites for just $5. There you have it. The 2 for $5 mix and match deal at McDonald's has officially dropped. At participating McDonald's, limited time offer, single item at regular price.
It's the start of a new season, and the East Thunderbirds will be on the road Friday night at Campbell County on the KFBC Prep Game of the Week. The Prep Game of the Week is brought to you by these local sponsors: Woodhouse Road Nethercott LLC, Two Doors Down Piccolo Venti, the Hathaway Scholarship Program, Tri-State Veterinary Clinic, the Dooley Oil Company, Guardian Development, First Education Federal Credit Union, Troll Cabinets, and the Gill Window Company with Stats. The Prep Game of the Week is also brought to you by members of the KFBC Sportscasters Club, Murray Jewelers, Simpson Electric, Laramie County Community College, Cheyenne Eye Clinic, Halliday Motors, Avanti's Catering, Frontier Arms and Supply, Safe Communities Wyoming Region 1, Cheyenne Motorsports, Pepsi, Pinnacle Bank, Terrell Auto Center, and Platte Valley Bank.
The 4th-ranked Thunderbirds are at Campbell County. Kickoff Friday night is set for 7. Pregame at 6:40. The prep game of the week on the station that's been covering high school sports longer and better than any in the capital city. 97.5 FM and AM 1240 KFBC. Back. It is the Sports Zone. Keith, Dave, JJ hanging out with you in studio. So another quick change. We're throwing curveballs all over the place here. We do have Central head football coach Mike Apodaca on the line as he is out at the practice field at Risky Field. So let's go to the phones and talk with the first-year head coach for the Indians. Mike, what's happening, man? How are you doing?
We're doing well. Trying to get another one in before the first game, but we're doing well.
I tell you what, it's always fun when a new season opens up and you're at a new place, but it's a familiar one. Now that we're, 2 days away from kicking off the 2018 season, what are the feelings like for you coaching, at your alma mater now?
I mean, it's definitely come full circle. I remember our first parent meeting, and honestly, I hadn't been nervous for a football meeting in 20 years, and there was a lot of flood of emotions just walking into the field house and different things like that. But, I'm at a point right now between, the kids buying in and the support of the parents, just in some of the things we've done. I feel like I'm, back home. So it's come full circle, and we're excited about Friday.
I know one thing the last few years, numbers has been an issue. Were you able to get numbers that you thought were adequate for what you wanted to do, or is it still kind of a work in progress as well?
I'd say it's still a work in progress, honestly. I mean, but this time, I don't know. Sometimes you just end up with classes for whatever reason that have lower numbers, and really right now our junior classes, their numbers are a little bit lower than I would like. But other than that, the other 3 classes for a school this size are, I think, fairly good. I mean, the reality is it's a fine line, does 140 kids make my program better, or do I just have 140 kids? And so I don't get too caught up in numbers overall, and I think as long as you don't have 2 low-numbered classes in a row, you can generally survive that. So, we're coaching the kids that are here and want to be here, and we're excited about that piece of it. So,
you were telling me before we came on about how you were able to get some 2-a-day practices in there prior to the start of the season, which is something that you didn't get to do down in Colorado. How beneficial was that for you guys, with such a quick start from your first practices till the first game?
It was really big, especially because obviously getting a later start, in May, kind of getting announced as a head coach, that's a late time to be putting out your calendar of, this is when we're lifting, this is when we're going to camp. Sort of thing. So we were a little bit hit and miss. I mean, overall, I feel like the kids that were around worked hard and did good things. But at the same point, we had probably more missing than I'm used to for, the weight room at teen camp, some of that stuff. And so to have those extra 2 weeks was really big to get everybody kind of caught back up. And I feel like we are. We had some unique things to Wyoming, which not only do I appreciate but accept are things like the fair. I didn't have to deal with that in Colorado overall. It's still a big thing here. And so, we were still battling, a few kids here and there at the fair. And then obviously with post-6 run, we had a couple of kids that we didn't get back till the second week of 2-a-day started. So, but, that's, to me, that's the things that make Wyoming unique. And we worked through it, and, the kids are ready to roll.
Well, you mentioned the post-6 run. Obviously, we're missing your starting quarterback, Dawson McCleary, and receiver Nico Vite, who were up in Montana with post-6. And when I was talking to Dawson the other day, he mentioned that he was able to drop in a handful of times in the summer while you were working out. But when they had downtime up in Missoula, that he and Nico had their noses in the playbook and they were working over it with each other and that sort of thing. Were those two kind of able to come in and pick up and fit in right away, or did it take a couple of days before they kind of figured things out?
I think overall they've done a great job of picking up. I'd speak to Dawson in particular, and that's probably the one I was more worried about, just because, it is what it is. He's the field general out there, and and with what we do, if he doesn't know what's going on, man, it makes everything else look a lot different. And I thought he's done a great job. And part of that was he made a good commitment in the summer to early in the week, so they did a lot of those tournaments. So we'd get him kind of a Monday, Tuesday type of thing, and he would get with us. Came to a couple days of at least the practice part of camp, and so I feel like he's at least knowledge-wise, probably where I definitely feel like he's ready to go. I think throwing a baseball and spinning a football, as much as they're similar, they're very different. So I think just timing, that's probably the thing that, we're not going to know till Friday where that's at, because much of our offense is based off that timing aspect. So, our scrimmage the other day, he kind of went from rusty on Monday to kind of game time Dawson on Friday, and he looked pretty darn good. So, and Nico, is picking it up more and more each day. So, yep, they both did a great job.
We were talking to first-year Central head football from, their work ethic on and off the field, and now that practices has started.
You hit the nail on the head. The work ethic stood out from the first time I'd gotten with a couple guys before. Even I got my coaching staff together that were kind of in the know or were on the coaching staff, and it definitely a comfort zone was that we were bringing so many linemen back, and honestly that can be a good and bad thing, right? Especially after you have a year where you struggle. But these kids' work ethic. That group of seniors in particular has been outstanding. They have definitely led the team all summer, both in the weight room at camp, skills sessions. They've been great, and so I'm really excited, for them. And I told Jeremiah the other day that the several of those kids have a lot of game time stuff under their belt, which is a good thing. They were probably forced to play earlier than they were ready for a couple of years ago, but hopefully that'll be a positive for us now.
How have the players adapted to the style of football you want to play? Has it been a pretty seamless transition, or is that been the biggest part, terminology, learning the philosophies you want?
I think terminology was definitely probably the biggest thing. It always will be. But I think it's funny that sometimes it's coaches, sometimes it could be media, whatever. Probably make counters counter, traps trap, leads lead, toss is toss. You know what I mean? A hitch is a hitch. So we didn't reinvent anything over here. How we present it might look a little bit different, and hopefully we'll play to our strengths and those sorts of things. But they ran counter last year, so and it pretty much blocked the same. And so those sorts of things, we cleaned up some fundamental skill things that we think are necessary to do things right. But in general, they've just kids are resilient, and that's the beauty of it. And we talked about that. You guys, you're the one group of people that you didn't get to choose what you got, you know what I mean, and we own that it's our job to make sure they are comfortable as coaches, and we're bringing them along at the pace that they're ready for, and they've done a great job.
With Nico Vitae and Blaine Dilley and Ty Langley, Dawson McCleary obviously has kids he can throw the ball to, but one position you guys have to replace is a 1,000-yard rusher. Who are we looking at right now as your starting running back?
Boy, Jeremiah, that's very great question, because I was talking again to somebody today, and when I started actually talking about it was like, holy cow, that I'm not sure that anybody that's going to run the ball on Friday night has a varsity carry for sure under their belt. But on the flip side of that, Kobe Goosen is going to be our starting running back on Friday night, and I'm extremely excited about him. He's I don't have enough, but I mean, he's got legit speed, and he's a tough physical kid, and he's a good-sized kid. He's probably 6'1", 180 type of kid, and he's just kind of been a kid that's been a little bit in and out of the program. Part of it his doing, some of those sorts of things that just happen when kids are trying to figure things out, and we've got him around, really all summer, and really excited about what he's doing. So he'll hopefully be our bell cow. With that, Hayden George, Jonathan Broman, Carter Labatos are all kids that we feel, more than comfortable, doing it with. And so, we really feel good about that position, even though, like I said, I don't know that anybody's taken a handoff under the lights yet. So, I guess we'll see Friday night.
No doubt. Speaking of Friday night, you open up against Thunder Basin. How much have you studied? They've only been existent in 1 year, but I know there's film out on them. How much have you studied the Bolts and what they do, and for that matter, any of the Wyoming teams since you've been around at Central?
The coaching staff did a great job all summer, just in their commitment to not just showing up on August 6th and, all right, let's get this figured out. So we've put a ton of time in as a staff and reviewed film of pretty much everybody. And so I think overall I got a good feel of what's out there in terms of what people run and what they do, sort of thing. And I think Thunder Basin, is a lot like us, to be honest with you. We got a reputation down in Colorado of kind of being some air raid type team, and the reality is we really weren't. I hope we're just efficient at it. I'd like to be balanced, kind of a 60-40 thing, and kind of take what they give you. And I do think from seeing it, I think I'm less afraid, for lack of a better word, to maybe put the ball in the air, but it's practice, so it's what we do, sort of thing. But outside of, from what I've seen on field, maybe a Rock Springs and maybe a South, it seems like everybody out here is running a spread type of offense. So, I think you'll see a lot of similarities. And again, maybe how you present it is different, and how well your kids execute it is probably what it'll come down to.
Good stuff. Mike, we appreciate the time. Best of luck Friday night against Thunder Basin, and we'll see you up in Sheridan next Friday. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
You bet. There you go, Mike Apodaca, first-year Central head football coach, joining us here on the Sports Zone. Do appreciate him, and I'm interested to see what this Central football team is going to look like, because they have been down for a few years now, and I was disappointed to hear that the numbers, he didn't give an exact number. I know I was talking to Chad Goff today. They had 115 out.
Wow.
That's actually down from 125 at the end of last year. But, you went to Central games. You covered Central. The numbers, you just didn't have any.
Well, the sideline was pretty thin.
It looked like a 2A or 3A team at times out there with the sheer numbers. So hopefully they can get that turned around, and with a new coach, maybe a new enthusiasm, that'll translate into because it's always more fun whenever all the teams are really, really good or very competitive in town, and hopefully that's the case for Central. But they will host Thunder Basin on Friday. 634-1240 if you do want to join us here on the program. 307-634-1240. You can text us 630-2266. Time now for today's market news summary from the Northern Ag Network, being brought to you locally today by Burns Insurance, serving the Rocky Mountain West for nearly 50 years. Burns Insurance, the right choice for you. Back with more of The Zone after this.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's time for your market news summary. I'm Russell Nimitz, and thanks for being with us right here on the Northern Ag Network. Well, believe it or not, this afternoon we do have some light to moderate cash cattle trade to report out of parts of Nebraska, with dress deals marked at mostly 173, fully steady with last week's weighted average. Meanwhile, a handful of live business here and there is ranging 109 to 109.50, steady to 50 cents softer than just a week ago. This afternoon's box beef cutout was up 47 cents at 214.04. But today we did see lots of technical pressure drive live and feeder cattle futures mostly lower. Meanwhile, the cash hog markets in the western Corn Belt today were off $1.34 at 38.10. And today out of Sioux Falls, nearly 2,500 head of sheep. Slaughter lambs down 5 to 7 cents, though, 121 up to 129. Slaughter ewes down as much as 6 cents, 59 up to 60 cents. And a handful of 60 to 80 pound feeder lambs, 135 up to $1.56 again today in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Cattleman fall is almost here. Superior Livestock Auction's famous Labor Day sale is just around the corner. Live from Fort Worth, Texas, September 6th and 7th, Superior's Labor Day special is now in its 39th year. Consignment deadline is August 22nd, so contact your local Superior Livestock representative or call 800-422-2117. Go to SuperiorLivestock.com for details. Again, that consignment deadline to enter Superior's Labor Day sale is August 22nd.
Are you a homeschool, middle school, or high school student looking to learn about agriculture but don't have access to agricultural education in your area? Well, check out the Nelson Academy of Agricultural Sciences online. The Nelson Ag Academy offers affordable, high-quality agriculture courses to students grades 7 through 12 and adult education for farmers and ranchers. The Nelson Ag Academy also offers an opportunity to participate in FFA chapter events and competitions. Fall enrollment is now open. Visit allagonline.com for more information.
Today, the grain future markets also settled a little bit softer on some technical pressure. KC winter wheat for September dropped 4.5 pennies to 5.32 1/4, while Minneapolis spring wheat for September down 2.5 today at 5.87. Chicago soft wheat for September down a penny or so at 5.28. December down 2.5 at 5.47 1/2. Corn futures for September down 7 1/4 at 3.52 1/2, and December down 7 1/2 at 3.67. Soybeans for September down 16 today at 8.58 1/2. Out to Portland, your 12% hard red winter wheat at 6.98 and your 14% DNS at 6.86. I'm Russell Nimitz.
With today's economic turmoil, it makes good sense to explore every money-saving opportunity available. And since Burns Insurance is an independent agent, Burns Insurance can find the right company for you and may save you up to 35%. With local offices in Burns, Cheyenne, Torrington, Guernsey, Wheatland, and Laramie, Burns Insurance can offer you hometown service and local convenience. You can find Burns Insurance on the web at www.burnsia.com. Stretching your insurance dollar, Burns Insurance will work for you.
Are you in need of a bank trustee or looking to change trustees? Look no further than down the street at Wyoming Bank and Trust, your locally owned bank and trust department. Wyoming Bank and Trust has developed into one of the premier Wyoming-based banks offering personal trust services. When you rely on Wyoming Bank and Trust, you are relying on a team with over 108 years of experience in trust management. Contact our trust team today. We're headquartered right here in Cheyenne. Log on to wyomingbank.bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
This is KFBC Sports Director Keith Kelly. And a while back, I moved into my new home. My friends and I handled the move ourselves, and boy, did I screw up. I should have called Burke Moving and Storage. Burke's moving team comes highly recommended. They are thorough, professional, affordable, prompt, and friendly. So the next time you're moving, whether it's across town or across the country, give Burke Moving and Storage a call at 635-3608 for a free, no-obligation quote. You'll be glad you did. You can bet I'll call Burke next time.
Summer is quickly ending. This is the last month to enter your large trout in Kay's Trailer Parts and Service largest trout contest. August winner will receive a bearing repack for a tandem axle trailer and a grand prize entry for a $250 Sportsman's Warehouse gift card. So, Wyoming licensed anglers, bring by a digital dated photo with measurements or the actual fish with your license to Kay's Trailer Parts and Service. A copy of the complete rules and regulations are available at Kay's Trailer Parts and Service, 308 Southwest Drive, Unit J, or call 632-0600.
Alrighty, folks, back here in the Sports Zone, Keith, Dave, and JJ hanging out with you in studio. 634-1240 if you do want to join us on the program. You can text us on the KFBC text line at 630-2266. So we're Wednesday. The Cowboys play Saturday. We'll have Prediction Friday coming up on Friday. So what we're going to do today, the ever popular and always fun, how many wins for the Wyoming Cowboys this year?
Okay.
Gosh, I need to try to remember how many I predicted for our football magazine.
Do you want to keep it consistent?
Yeah.
You'd like to try anyways?
I don't want to say 8-4 in print and 7-5 on the air.
Why not? We lie at the end of the season.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, unless you hit it right on the head like you did it, what was it, 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago when you were high on Vikings.
Would have hit it